What's up, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Hockey. Today is going to be the number 2 spot on my top 5 Winnipeg Jets so far by the Christmas break for the 2021-2022 campaign. At the number 5 spot, we had Connor Hellebuyck. The number 4, excuse me, I got that switched up already. I've been recording for 15 seconds. Now, let me correct myself. The 5 spot, we have Nate Schmidt. The 4 spot, we've got Connor Hellebuyck. The 3 spot, we have Nikolai Ehlers. And now we are at number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And the number 2 spot is going to be awarded to the most improved player on the Winnipeg Jets so far this year. I don't even care about Nate Schmidt's improved play coming over from the Canucks, but the most improved player that was already on the team last year, without a doubt, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Now, obviously, I gotta get my words on Pierre-Luc Dubois. I'm gonna get that out of the way. I've been a huge criticizer of Pierre-Luc Dubois, especially last year after the Laine trade was made, for 3 reasons. I was gonna say 2, but it's really 3. Number 1, Patrik Laine was my favorite player, and honestly, to some extent, kind of still is. I love Laine and will always cherish the time he was with us. The moment that we won that lottery and jumped up to number 2, I was in love with Laine. I knew we were going to be taking him. I knew what he was going to mean to this club and this city and how good he was going to be, and he did not disappoint. Patrik Laine was immaculate for us. He never scored less than 30 goals, was such a good player for us, and I really miss him on this team still. I'm not going to lie. I miss his presence, and I wish we had him to an extent. And Pierre-Luc Dubois last year was a huge disappointment. Every single Jets fan would agree with me there. He came in, had to wait that 2-week quarantine window because of COVID last year with the Canadian division. When he jumped in, he played a couple games, looked okay, more mediocre side. Then he gets injured, is out for another exceeded amount of time, finally comes back, plays the rest of the season out, and is just the definition of mediocrity. So boring and invisible out there, never really amounted to much. You look at his stats last year, at 41 games played, he only had 8 goals, 12 assists for 21 points, technically actually having 9 goals if you count out the 1 point that he had with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 5 games being a goal, but in reality, he wasn't very good with the Winnipeg Jets last year in a 41 game span, and I wasn't happy with him. I'm not going to lie, and most of you guys weren't either. But the Jets this year, coming back, probably without a doubt one of the most improved players in the league. I want you guys to look real quickly. I've been showing it in every video for the forwards, the WAR percentages, the improved WAR from last season, right? Ehlers looked kind of the same, not too different really there. But look at Pierre-Luc Dubois' improved WAR stats from 2021, 2022 to 2022. Excuse me. Look at those stats. Just look at them. Do I need to say anything else? He's improved in every single stat except the PP where he's dropped 3%. Haha, PP. Excuse me, I'm a child at heart. Nonetheless, he's just been great for us, right? Like there's nothing else you can say about Pierre-Luc Dubois this year other than improved play. Like, he's been great for us in so many different areas. He's been our number 1 center, been immaculate compared to Mark Scheifele, been such a good complete player. His game is reformed. He's grown as a player. He's been really, really good. And honestly, I'm just going to say it, if Kyle Connor wasn't on this team, he's our best forward. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Mark Scheifele, no more. I've been arguing this for a while. Zach and Carter from the No Hockey Podcast know about how I feel about this. I even talked to Canuck Clay about it. I've talked to a lot of people within the hockey community about this thought. I really think that Pierre-Luc Dubois has a legit chance, or did have a legit chance, of making Team Canada before, obviously, the NHL pulled out of the Olympics. I thought Pierre-Luc Dubois had a chance on making that 4th line. I genuinely did. His two-way game, his mesh, his growth, the youth, I really liked him. If not as an extra, I think Pierre-Luc Dubois is an Olympian, an Olympic caliber player. He's really grown his game. And obviously I miss Patrik Laine, but when you're this good, I can't complain. He's been so good for us. Look at his stats so far in 30 games played. 14 goals, 11 assists, 25 points. 25 points in 30 games. 25 points. Ladies and gentlemen, he had 20 last year and 41. Such a good player. Such a good player for the Winnipeg Jets this year. He's been really good two-way, like I said. He's good at driving to the net, creating opportunity. He's been everything that you wanted Pierre-Luc Dubois to be last year, but better. And I just really couldn't be happier with this performance. And obviously, I still miss Laine. I'll say that every time I talk about Dubois. I always will. But like I said, when you're this good and improved, and striving to be the number 1 center on a team where you already had Mark Scheifele, who is a track record of being one of the most underrated players in the NHL up until this season, you can't complain any more than that. He has been so good for this club. That line to start the season with Svechnikov and Kyle Connor, such a good line. Evgeny Svechnikov is making the league minimum. Best friends in junior. We bring in Svechnikov, one of the best signings we've made in a very long time. I'm not joking. I think Evgeny Svechnikov You could argue, probably next to, obviously, Matthew Perreault was the best free agent signing this team has had, in my opinion. I think Evgeny Svechnikov kind of ranks up there in the top 5, and only based off of value. Look at where he plays in the lineup. He's been on the top line, the fourth line. He's been everywhere. He's been a good presence. He's a good guy in the locker room. He's really growing, and he's very young still, too. A former first-round pick. Detroit just gave up on him, and now we have this guy, and he's been great. And he's been great on the top line. He's great on the fourth line. He's scoring depth goals, making league minimum. You can't complain with that. I'm super impressed with how Pierre-Luc Dubois just finds a way to make players better. Svechnikov, right? A failed prospect from Detroit. They gave up on him. Comes in to play with his old junior buddy. Svechnikov looks like he might actually have a career in the NHL after all, after being abandoned by the Detroit Red Wings. Kyle Connor, an already fantastic player. A guy that's never scored less than 30 goals except last year where he had 26, but only because they paused the NHL season because of COVID. Well, not last year, but you know what I mean. That's the only time he's had less than 30 goals. Even as a rookie, he had 30 goals. Kyle Connor has been great in his whole career. He got paired with Pierre-Luc Dubois, and he ascended to a level even past great, past all-star. Kyle Connor, I believe, is still top 5 in goals scored in the entire NHL. An NHL that has Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Alex Ovechkin at, 500 years old, still kicking ass and chasing after Wayne Gretzky's goal record, and will most likely break it. And Kyle Connor is just up there in the caliber with those guys. And Boston passed on him. Boston passed on him. Like, that's a different story, but come on. Like, you know what I mean? Kyle Connor has been so damn good for the Jets, and a big part of that is because of how good Pierre-Luc Dubois has been as well. He has boosted us so much and helped our players excel. That's something that a center is supposed to do. A good center makes his teammates and his line mates better. He drives play, and he can dish it and score when he needs to as well. And that's exactly what Pierre-Luc Dubois has done for the Winnipeg Jets so far by the 30-game mark of this 2021-2022 campaign. But let me know your thoughts on Pierre-Luc Dubois down in the comment section below. As always, are you happy with him? Are you impressed? I feel like those are dumb questions to even ask, but let me know all your thoughts down on the comment section below. As always, if you're new to this channel, a fan of hockey regardless of the team that you root for, definitely drop a subscription. If you ever want to hear an Jets fans, biased Jets fans, let me just say, opinion on the NHL and what's going on within the Winnipeg Jets, I cover the Jets, I cover the Manitoba Moose a little bit, prospect reports, a little bit of other stuff sprinkled in from time to time when I feel like it and have the time to create the content I want to. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, check out the Prairie Puck Podcast and all the other affiliated links and content creators down in the description below. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your holidays still. Go Jets, go. Peace, love, and positivity. Bye-bye.